Emma was 16 years old. She had long black hair and sad brown eyes. Emma lived with her father, her stepmother Margaret, and her little stepbrother Oliver. Oliver was only 3 years old. Emma's real mother died when Emma was 7. Her father married Margaret 2 years later. Emma's father loved her, but he was a quiet man, a weak man. He never spoke loudly. He never argued. He always said yes to Margaret. Margaret was different. She was loud. She was mean. She controlled everything in the house. Margaret didn't like Emma. She made Emma do all the housework. She made Emma cook and clean every day. She gave Emma old clothes to wear. She gave the new clothes to Oliver. When Emma's father gave her money, Margaret took it away. "You don't need money," Margaret said. "You live in my house. That's enough." Emma wanted to cry, but she stayed strong. She looked at her father with hope in her eyes, but her father said nothing. He looked away. Emma felt her heart break a little more each day. One day, Emma came home from school. She was very happy. She had good news. "Father," Emma called, "I got the highest score in my class. My teacher said I'm very smart." Her father smiled. For a moment, his eyes were proud. "That's wonderful, Emma," he said softly. But Margaret's face became angry. "So what?" Margaret said coldly. "You think you're special. You're nothing. Stop dreaming about school. Tomorrow you will stop going to school. You will stay home and work." "What?" Emma couldn't believe it. "But father, please, I want to finish school. I want to study." Emma looked at her father. She waited for him to speak. She waited for him to protect her. But her father looked down. He said nothing. "Father, please," Emma begged. Tears ran down her face. "Listen to Margaret," her father whispered. "Don't make trouble." Emma's heart shattered into pieces. That night, Emma couldn't sleep. She looked at the ceiling. She made a decision. "I can't stay here anymore," she thought. "I will leave. I will make my own life." Early in the morning, before the sun came up, Emma packed a small bag. She took her clothes, her school books, and the only photo she had of her real mother. She wrote a letter. "Father, I love you. I will always love you. But I can't live like this anymore. I'm leaving to find my own life. Please don't worry about me. I will be okay. I'm sorry. Emma." She left the letter on the kitchen table. Then she walked out the door. Emma walked to the bus station. She had saved a little money secretly. She bought a ticket to the city. The city was 3 hours away. It was big and busy. Emma had never been there before. She was scared. But she was also free. The city was hard. Emma had no money. She had no place to stay. For the first week, she slept in the bus station. She was hungry. She was cold. She cried every night, but Emma didn't give up. She found a job washing dishes in a small restaurant. The owner, Mrs. Thompson, was kind. She saw that Emma was a good girl. "You can sleep in the storage room," Mrs. Thompson said. "It's not comfortable, but it's safe." "Thank you," Emma said, crying with gratitude. Emma worked hard. Every day, she washed dishes for 12 hours. Her hands hurt, her back hurt, but she didn't complain. At night, she studied. She read books. She practiced English. She practiced math. "I will make something of myself," she promised. "I will succeed." 2 years passed. Emma was 18 now. She was different. She was stronger. She was confident. She had finished her high school education by studying at night. She had joined an online computer degree program. She also learned coding by herself by watching YouTube videos. She had learned so much. Mrs. Thompson promoted her. Now Emma was a waitress, not a dishwasher. She earned more money. Emma saved every penny. She rented a small room. It was tiny, but it was hers. 3 more years passed. Emma was 21 now. She had worked very hard. She had learned computer programming online. She had applied for many jobs. Finally, a big company hired her. She became a junior software developer. Emma's life was changing. She earned good money. She moved to a better apartment. She bought nice clothes. But she never forgot where she came from. She never forgot her struggles. And she never forgot her father. Even though he never protected her, she still loved him. By the time Emma was 25, she had become very successful. She was now a senior developer at her company. She earned excellent money. She lived in a beautiful apartment. She drove a nice car. But Emma was not proud or arrogant. She was humble and kind. She often helped poor people. She donated money to orphanages. She remembered what it felt like to have nothing. Sometimes, late at night, Emma thought about her father. She wondered if he was okay. She wondered if he missed her. She thought about going back to visit, but the pain was still there. The memory of his silence still hurt. Maybe someday, she told herself, but not yet. Emma didn't know that her father thought about her every single day. She didn't know that he cried for her every night. She didn't know that his heart was broken. One rainy afternoon, Emma was walking through a poor neighborhood. She was there to visit a charity center. On the street corner, she saw a woman sitting on the ground. The woman was thin and dirty. She was begging for money. A small boy, about 12 years old, sat next to her. He looked tired and hungry. Emma felt sorry for them. She walked closer to give them some money. Then she stopped. Her heart stopped. She recognized the woman's face. "Margaret?" Emma whispered. The woman looked up. Her eyes went wide. "Emma?" Margaret's voice was hoarse and weak. They stared at each other in shock. Margaret looked terrible. She was so thin. Her clothes were torn. Her face was old and tired. The boy next to her was Oliver, Emma's little stepbrother. He was 12 now, but he looked sick and weak. "What happened to you?" Emma asked quietly. Margaret started crying. Her whole body shook. "Your father," Margaret said through her tears. "He died 3 years ago. Heart attack." Emma felt like someone had punched her in the chest. She couldn't breathe. "What?" she whispered. "Father is dead?" "Yes," Margaret sobbed. "After you left, he was never the same. He missed you so much. He cried every day. He became depressed. Then one day his heart just stopped." Emma's legs felt weak. She sat down on the ground. Tears poured from her eyes. "Why didn't you tell me?" Emma cried. "Why didn't you find me?" "I tried," Margaret said, "but I didn't know where you were. And then everything fell apart. Your father had debts. The house was taken away. I had no money, no job, no family. Oliver and I ended up on the streets." Margaret covered her face with her hands. "I'm so sorry, Emma," she sobbed. I was so cruel to you. I was so terrible. I ruined everything. I destroyed my family. I destroyed your life. And now I'm being punished for it. Emma sat there in the rain. Her mind was spinning. Her heart was breaking. Her father was dead. She would never see him again. She would never hear him say, "I love you." She would never get the chance to forgive him. She looked at Margaret. Margaret was suffering. She was helpless. She was broken. Emma could walk away. She could leave Margaret on the street. Margaret deserved it, didn't she? Margaret had been so cruel. But then Emma looked at Oliver. The little boy was shivering in the rain. He looked so scared, so hungry, so sad. Oliver was innocent. He didn't do anything wrong. And Margaret was suffering enough already. Emma remembered something her real mother once told her. When you have the power to help someone, use it, even if they hurt you, especially if they hurt you. That's what makes you strong. Emma took a deep breath. She made her decision. "Come with me," Emma said. Margaret looked up, confused. "What?" "Come with me," Emma repeated. "Both of you." Emma took Margaret and Oliver to her apartment. She gave them food. She gave them clean clothes. She gave them a place to sleep. Margaret couldn't stop crying. "Why are you helping me?" Margaret asked. "After everything I did to you." Emma looked at her stepmother. She felt many emotions: sadness, anger, pain. But most of all, she felt pity. "Because hate is too heavy to carry," Emma said quietly. "I've carried it for years. It's time to let it go." "I don't deserve your kindness," Margaret whispered. "Maybe not," Emma said honestly. "But my father loved you, and he loved Oliver. That's enough for me." Over the next few weeks, Emma helped Margaret and Oliver. She found Margaret a job. She enrolled Oliver in school. She rented them a small apartment. Margaret was different now. She was humble. She was grateful. She was sorry. One evening, Margaret came to Emma with tears in her eyes. "Your father's last words were about you," Margaret said softly. "He said, 'Tell Emma I'm sorry. Tell her I love her. Tell her I was a coward, but I always loved her.'" Emma cried. She cried for her father. She cried for her lost childhood. She cried for everything that could have been. But she also felt peace. Finally, she felt peace. "I forgive him," Emma whispered. "And I forgive you too." Margaret hugged Emma. They both cried together. 1 year later, Emma's life was full again. Oliver called her Big Sister. He studied hard and got good grades. He wanted to be like Emma. Margaret worked hard at her job. She was kind to everyone. She had changed completely. The three of them had dinner together every Sunday. They talked. They laughed. Sometimes they cried when they remembered Emma's father. Emma visited her father's grave whenever she had time. She brought flowers. She talked to him. "I understand now, Father," she said. "You were weak, but you loved me. I forgive you. I hope you're at peace." Emma had learned something important. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean the pain wasn't real. Forgiveness means choosing love over hate, choosing peace over anger, choosing to move forward instead of staying stuck in the past. Emma had lost her father, but she had found something else. She had found the strength of her own heart, and that was something no one could ever take away. Thank you for watching. If you liked this story, please like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.